College admission tests in South Korea are extremely important in their society, in such a way that one day every year, the country comes to a complete stop. Imagine yourself living in a big and crowded city, with almost 10 million people living there too, with one of the busiest urban subway systems in the world, 2 international airports, and a train system connecting the 51.7 million people living in your country. And one day, you wake up and everything is quiet. No cars, no metro, almost no people on the streets, no trains, no flights, the stock market opens late, no dinosaurs. Well, there aren't any dinosaurs there, but if there were any, people would probably get crazy. That's what happens in South Korea when the Suneung is applied. Suneung is the abbreviation of Daehak, suhak, I can't pronounce this. The test is an 8-hour marathon of different exams that define your future in college education. But beyond that, for Korean people, this is the exam that defines many aspects of their life for the rest of it. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal. South Korea has one of the highest levels of education in the world. 33% of unemployed people do have a university degree, and the youth unemployment rate has reached historically high levels. You can imagine how competitive this place has become. In 2017, the exam had more than 500,000 applicants. 70% of them get into college, but the real goal is to get into SKY, an acronym for the top 3 rated universities: the Seoul National University, the Korea University, and the Yonsei University. Only 2% of students get to be accepted here. Graduating from a SKY University gives you a good chance of getting a job in a chaebol, an influential Korean company run by a family such as Hyundai, LG, or Samsung. These jobs have great salaries and a lot of benefits for workers. The students can choose between some areas of every part of the exam: national language, math, Korean history and social studies, and foreign languages. Any person related to the tests is forbidden from bringing any material that could distract the students, such as time machines and especially cell phones. The writing of the exam itself is shrouded in mystery. Every September, 500 teachers from across the country go into a secret location around Gangwon, and for a month, they work on the questions for the tests. They are not allowed to use cell phones, and not even their own students know the reason for their trip. The government publishes the grades 30 days after the exam, but some non-official sites publish the answers of the exam right after the test, so students can get a glimpse of how they did. The Suneung has a retaker's rate of 20%. But how does a student prepare for this exam? Most of them start at 4 years old, going to the hagwons, revision classes led by private professors. There's a whole industry around hagwons. 80% of Korean students attend them, and there are more than 100,000 hagwons across the country, making it a $20 billion industry, with the most successful teachers earning millions per year. And here's one of the main problems. The goal of the Suneung was to enhance social mobility, but after the developing of the hagwons, a lot of parents have been pushed to invest a lot of money on them, making money a significant advantage for Suneung. In the last few years, the government has been trying to decrease the influence of hagwons. Laws have established a cap for the teacher fees, forbidding to teach more material than the mainstream of public schools, and set a closing time of 10 p.m. The pressure around the exam has triggered a competitive instinct between students from their early years, affecting their mental health and general well-being. Suicide is the first death cause for young people in South Korea. Also, they have the highest levels of stress in OECD countries. Some people blame the pressure around Suneung for that. Some students end up studying in dokseolse, a kind of little and dark cubicle designed to make that person study alone, with long curtains and a lamp. You can imagine how much their social life can be affected by them. The government has created extracurricular activities as a way of earning extra points for the Suneung, with the goal of decreasing the pressure around the test itself, but instead, it's ended up giving more things to do to the students and increasing the stress. It's common to see people cheering the students outside the schools before the exam, and their parents spend the day praying in churches or temples for them. The Suneung is a milestone in the life of any Korean person. If you want to test yourself in the Suneung, there are a lot of websites where you can take courses to get ready for the exam, but we won't name them, because neither of them are sponsoring this video. What a shame for them, what a waste. They missed it. So, for that reason, it is essential for us to ask you to subscribe to our channel, hit that bell button, and help us grow. That's all for today. Stay fresh.